Hello students, today we discuss about the asexual reproduction in Aspergillus. So as you know, first of all you have to write about the reproduction in Aspergillus. So in Aspergillus, vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction is takes place. The vegetative reproduction is takes place by the fragmentations. Asexual reproduction is takes place by the formation of conidia, and sexual reproduction is takes place by the union of the gametes. So let's discuss the asexual reproduction in Aspergillus in details. So in favorable condition, this asexual reproduction is takes place by the formation of the conidia. These conidia are nothing but the spore formations. So majority in the Aspergillus, the asexual reproduction is takes place. So what is the process of asexual reproduction? So you have to see in the picture. In that, at the base there is the food cells or mycelium. On that the conidiophore is produced. So this conidiophore produces the conidia. So at the center there is the vesicle is present, and on that vesicles the primary stigmata are present, and on that primary stigmata the chain of conidia are present. So in some cases the secondary stigmata are also present in the Aspergillus. So you have to see the difference between two figures. So in that, above the vesicles there are two layers in the below figure. So in that, first is the primary stigmata and second one is the secondary stigmata. On the secondary stigmata there is the chain of conidia. So this is the structure of the asexual bodies or the conidia of the Aspergillus. So when the somatic hyphae from the foot cells to gives a fertile branch, that means they are erect, unbranched, so they are called the conidiophore. This conidiophore will develop a globular structure at terminus called as the vesicles. So in the vesicles there are many nuclei. These vesicles forms the bottle-like outgrowth that called as the stigmata. So you have to see in these figures. So this is the somewhat bottle-like structure. They are present on the vesicles, that is known as the primary stigmata. So this in some species the primary as well as the secondary stigmata are present. So these are depend or they are depending on the species. So these stigmata will develop the chain of conidia in a basipetal manner. Basipetal manners, that means the younger spores is present at the base and the older spore are present at the apex. So these conditions known as the basipetal succession. In the Aspergillus, the basipetal succession of spores are observed. So this younger conidium disseminates by wind to form the infection on the host and to repeat the life cycle. जो old spores है और conidium है, they can be spreading with the help of wind, and they infected the different host and they again start their life cycle. So in this way the asexual reproduction takes place in the Aspergillus. Then next one is the sexual reproduction in Aspergillus. So sexual reproduction in Aspergillus that means that there is the production of female as well as male structure. So development of female structure, that is ascogonium. So it has a base called stalk, middle multinucleated portion called ascogonium portion, and the upper tip is a receptive called trichogyne. So in the female structure, these three parts are made. At the base there is the stalk is present, at the middle which is multi-layered portion, that is known as ascogonium, and at the tip or upper tip is the receptive nature, that means acceptable nature, they are known as a trichogyne. In the male structure, this male structure known as the antheridium, it is upright branch, it has base called stalk, and the upper structure is multinucleated portion called as the antheridium proper. So male structure में दो ही parts है, एक है base that is the stalk, and the upper part that is the antheridium proper, and that will be multinucleated. So actual in sexual reproduction what's happened? So there is the coiling of ascogonium and antheridium. So these ascogonium and antheridium, that is female sex organ and male sex organ, they are coils together. It encircles, twist each other, they touch and fuse at tip. The protoplasm mass of the antheridium passes into the ascogonium and it takes place the ascogamy. So the plasmogamy follows the ascogenous hyphae. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, कॉइलिंग होने के बाद जो फीमेल एंड मेल सेक्स ऑर्गन, दे विल बी coiled each other, there will be touches and fuses at the tip, and they can the male reproductive organ, that is antheridium, passes the protoplasm of the antheridium will pass into the ascogonium, and there will be the plasmogamy takes place and they produces the ascogenous hyphae. So this ascogenous hyphae, they produces the ascus or ascospore formation with the cleistothecium, that is ascocarp. So in the cleistothecium, these are surrounding protecting layer. At that in the cleistothecium, the ascogenous hyphae is produced. So this in ascogenous hyphae produces the asci with the diploid nucleus. So after the ascogenous hyphae, and at that stage there is also the karyogamy takes place, that is the union of the nucleus of the two male and female sex organs, and that stage is the diploid they form the diploid nucleus in the ascus, and this diploid nucleus undergoes the meiosis. So after meiosis in this ascus nucleus, the ascospores are produced, and when these ascospores, that is again in haploid number, in the cleistothecium, these ascospores, after the cleistothecium will be breaks and ascospores are free and they can germinate on the substratum. After they and these ascospores will germinate and they produces the infection, that is the mycelium growth. So in this way the sexual reproduction takes place in the Aspergillus. So in today's lecture we discuss about the asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, and vegetative reproduction is simply takes place by the fragmentation. So this is the all over about the genus Aspergillus. In next lecture we discuss about the economical importance of the fungi.